All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Matt here, and today we have some more ranked gameplay, another deck showcase. I kind of was wondering what I wanted to make a video on today, so I went online on Limitless, took a look at the current metagame, what decks people were playing, and in a tournament today, the Imperium Series tournament, I noticed a bunch of some of the top players from France playing this really cool LEAFEON Jolteon deck, and it's really smart, and I wanted to just go ahead and make a video on it specifically. One, it's not a deck that I've actually played it all myself, but it does seem really cool and really smart. So that's sort of the context here. This is a deck list that I'm seeing some of the top players play, specifically a lot of the French players like Imp Frozen, Azelma Zonis? I'm not sure. Aurora Woozy, Froggy X, and Narumi, who we all know as one of the better players in the competitive scene of Pokemon Pocket. So it's a really cool list. 3 EVs in the deck list here, playing double LEAFEON EX, double Jolteon EX, and then one of the Pin Missile Jolteon, likely to get around Oricorio. And we're playing double Cyrus, double Eevee Bag. And I think this is sort of an idea here spun up specifically to try and do well against Suicune, as well as also a Hydreigon Absol, which are two of some of the most common decks in the metagame currently right now. So sort of a grass lightning combination deck, which I love. Whenever we're able to combine sort of these evolutions into a single deck list, I think they're really cool. We've seen it numerous different times. I think that they all have the potential to be paired together. And of course, LEAFEON is a card you can pair with really anything. We've seen it paired with Flareon before. So I really like this. This might not be a new deck list, but it's something that is sort of seeing a little bit of play here towards the end of the season, maybe specifically to counterplay some of the more common decks that have popped up at the top of the metagame. So is this going to be, a true meta deck? I don't really know. Honestly, I haven't seen it do too much yet. I just seen some of the top players maybe playing it, maybe testing it in tournament. I'm curious to see how this deck might perform this weekend at the Pocket Meds Pocket Tournament, which you guys should definitely go register for. Link down in the description below. I would heavily recommend that you guys go and play. But yeah, I mean, that's what today's video is going to be. We're going to go ahead and try to play this deck on the ranked ladder. Again, I haven't played really any games with it yet, so probably not going to go that well for us. But we know what it's like here on the channel, right? Our luck's going to be pretty tough. Yeah, let's just do it. I mean, why not? At the end of the day, I'm here to kind of showcase what's going on in the metagame. And, this is something that I wanted to talk about today, but, there really wasn't anything else I wanted to, package this video in. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a video specifically about this deck list, and hopefully it kind of works out. Now, if we lose every game in this video, it's probably going to be my fault, not so much the deck's fault, but I am curious to see how the deck performs. It looks like we are playing Suicune here, by the way. Going second, we are playing only lightning energies in this deck list, mainly because LEAFEON generates its own leaf energies, but also our grass energy. Utilizing the boosted evolution Eevee is actually really good if you're playing Jolteon and LEAFEON, right? So it's good for either of those. Really fun list here. And again, hopefully the Jolteons help us in this particular matchup. But we all know what Suicune's about. Absolutely just incredible deck, as we see here. Our opponent's going to go first and go research Pokeball. Gets the Indeedee down, the Giant Cape, the Froakie, and he's going to end his turn with 4 cards in hand, right? So it's going to be tough, I think, to overcome Suicune regardless, just because I think the deck is so good. This is an interesting scenario, but probably what we have to do here is, I would say honestly, I'm probably just going to copycat right off the bat, right? Just because none of these cards are particularly useful in this sense. I like to copycat before researches, mainly because later in the game, researches, we can just sort of draw into them, maybe off this copycat specifically, but we do draw into Jolteon, second Eevee, and Eevee EX, so this is fun. So what I am going to do here actually is just evolve into the Jolteon. I'm not going to be able to attack this turn, but that's okay. For now. And then I think, just probably bench the Eevee here. Although we got to be careful about benching Pokemon, right? So maybe we don't even. We're going second, so we'll maybe pass on benching for now. We'll see who he attaches energies to. We do have Eevee Bag to heal a little bit or increase our damage. So double Eevee Bag and red, we can extend pretty far with this deck. But we should be able to 2-hit KO Suicune regardless, even through Irida with Eevee Bag, which is going to be cool. So the second Froakie comes down here. Does he get the turn 2 rare candy? Of course he does. We know how it goes, okay? We know what playing Suicune is like, and this is exactly what it's like. Kind of the reason why I didn't bench anything predominantly, because I knew that this would happen. And he's just going to go ahead and attached to Suicune. But again, we have the electromagnetic wall effect of Jolteon doing some additional damage. He is going to be able to heal it up with, Indeedee on his turn. So Indeedee is sort of a counterplay to Jolteon specifically, which is tough, right? But, hey, we're going to do what we got to do here and see if we can make something happen. So he's only going to be he's only going to be able to attack at maximum for, what is it here? Technically speaking, if he goes second Greninja, which he probably will do, he's only got 5 cards in his deck. This is why it's tough to play Suicune. But we should be able to live an attack regardless, right? But he can hit for, I think, up to 100 damage. So I'm just going to attach here. And I got to see. So if we hit for this, it's 100. If we play red, it's 120 with weakness. If we EV bag, that's 130. We're probably going to 2-hit KO regardless. So I'm going to EV bag, I think, to heal first and foremost. Yeah, we'll heal here for 20. I think that's probably correct. Do we just play the red now? It's not really going to come in handy against the Greninjas or anything. So I'm just going to play the red now and just get it out of our hand in case, of course, he like copycats or something. But yeah, we'll hit for 120 here. Set up the 2-hit KO. Now, it will be kind of difficult, right? Because he's going to hit us for a decent amount of damage. Jolteon doesn't have like the most HP. But now if he commits to Suicune, what's going to happen here, of course, is that he's going to take some extra damage. But also we're going to KO him. And then where does he go from there? Because he has no energies on the board. So what he might have to do is split the energies here, but if he does that, he doesn't get an attack off this turn, right? Which is an important thing to note. So we got to keep that. We got to keep our eyes on that. He is going to split the energies, so we're able to put on some pressure. And look at that, we are dealing some chip damage there in the process. Again, the Indeedee is going to sort of stop that from happening. But now we probably have to bench. Coincidentally, now we probably have to bench the Eevee here, which is a little bit tough. But something we definitely can do. I'm going to bench the Eevee. Well, actually, if I bench this. Hold on, I need to read this card. Oh, it has to be in the active spot, okay. So I guess we'll bench Eevee EX then, because it's got more HP. We'll commit the extra energy here to the Eevee. And then I guess, well, we could just bench this, but I don't really want to give him the opportunity to Cyrus that up for a KO. And he might just do that next turn on this Eevee, but then we have Jolteon, right? So we'll just hit and KO, I think, is probably correct. The thing is here, he's already taken 20 this turn, right? So he can come up and heal, but if he attaches again, he's going to end his turn taking 20 more damage, right? And I just don't think he's going to be able to ever hit for 120, because unless this is Greninja EX, which it probably will be. He only has 2 cards in deck, so we're going to have to find a way to get through Greninja EX, which is going to be tough for sure. And yeah, I mean, yeah, that is tough, right? Because we don't have our giant cape. We only have 1 cape in the deck. He retreats. He whiffs on the Greninja EX. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. That's crazy. Okay, we got super lucky because he really, with only 2 cards in deck, he should have just gone Greninja EX, pinged us, and then KO'd. So he's going to Irida full heal here. But now at this point, all we have to do, I guess, is just draw into what, I guess? I don't even know. We just have to draw into, how is he going to retreat? He's just going to draw into Greninja EX. So what we want here is like Mars, if we can draw it. Oh, it's Cyrus, though. That's really good. That's still very good for us. Because now we can hit this for 100. He already played 1 Irida, though. We might play a second Irida. I'm not really confident in our ability to take another KO. Do we retreat here? We don't retreat, I don't think. I don't think we ever retreat. If he Iridas again, then we're gonna be cooked. I don't know if we can pull this out, even with the Cyrus in hand, quite honestly. Unless I'm missing something. We could retreat into LEAFEON here and force out the Cyrus, but we know he has a Cyrus in hand anyway, so I don't really see the point in doing that. And then if we go into LEAFEON, we're not hitting enough damage to 2-hit KO this weekend. I think actually even through Irida, LEAFEON might be able to finish off the KO here. So I think we just have to hit him for, oh no, because he's going to be at 80 HP if he Iridas again, which he probably will do, right? Because he's going to go Greninja EX and then he's going to Irida, go to 80, and then we're not going to be able to KO him, which is really tough. I mean, maybe he only plays 1 Irida. It's very unlikely. He probably also has another cape in hand, I would imagine. Maybe he's only playing 1 cape. He pings the LEAFEON, which is obviously the smart play. And he Marses us. Okay, so he gets rid of our Cyrus. Not very good for us, right? Eevee bag, not going to help. Actually, it might. But he's going to heal. Like, he's going to heal up. So we really need the Cyrus. The issue here is that we have 12 cards in deck and he has, 0 cards. He's drawn his entire deck. So we do a little bit of chip damage here, but he can heal it up with Indeedee. I mean, I understand why this matchup could be good, but I just don't really think LEAFEON's going to be enough to deal with Greninja EX here. Maybe if we have drawn into a Mars earlier in the game, or if we didn't get Marsed, and then he took our 1 copy of Cyrus. Are we playing 1 or 2 copies? We're playing 2 copies of Cyrus. We could top deck Cyrus for game, okay? We could do that. What we also could do here, we know he has a Cyrus in hand. We draw Mars, okay. So, I mean, we have to heal or else we get KO'd, right? And this is going to be our second EV bag. We've already played red. Oh, no, this is our first. No, this is our second EV bag. Okay. This still doesn't very work very well for us. I suppose what we could do here. Nah. We don't have any draw. We haven't played a single research this game. Our opponent's played both of his. That's obviously going to make things difficult. So we have to heal, sadly. And I just don't think we have enough gas. I don't think we have enough to KO this Greninja EX, quite honestly. I just don't think we have enough. The Indeedee really does kind of cancel out a lot of the damage that Electromagnetic Wall would do. It's not too often. Like, he probably is playing double Water Shuriken. But again, he drew through his entire deck, right? So there's just never a world here where we're going to be able to win this game unless we have one of our 2 Cyruses, right? He's going to copycat our 0-card hand. And I think, what is this? We have a 1 in 5 chance, basically, to draw one of our 2 Cyruses. I mean, that's all it comes down to, right? We really should have like 4 less cards in our deck, but we just never had research throughout this entire game, which is unfortunate. Okay, we top deck Pokeball. That's going to be an unfortunate L to, Suicune. And that was a big question that I had, right? Was like, are we going to be able to deal with Suicune? In this scenario, probably not, right? 9 cards in deck, double research, double Cyrus, right? Obviously not super ideal. Even a second Jolteon would have probably done the deed, but we just never really drew the second Jolteon. So unfortunately, not going to be able to do it, sadly. But I understand the vision. I understand the vision. I do. We got Marsed. I mean, it's tough. It's tough, right? I mean, we even got lucky because he should have had this. You should have had Greninja EX the turn prior. Yeah, I mean, I like the deck. I do. I want to play more games with it. I think we just got unlucky, right? With both never playing either researches and then ending the game with 9 cards in our deck. That's unfortunate, right? Because against Suicune, if we're not drawing our researches, then the card discrepancy in each other's decks is going to be drastic, right? And we're going to be in a scenario like that where, we're going to get Mars and have 11 cards in our deck trying to draw one of our Cyruses. But we are playing double Cyrus in the deck, right? So I feel like if we just get a little bit luckier, that's not that tough of a matchup to win. He also did kind of pop off. We had second and led Jolteon. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. I'm telling you. I really like this deck. I love the concept, but it's going to be so hard to build anything that beats Suicune Greninja. It really is, because the deck has everything and they're just going to draw through their entire deck. Like in some scenarios, maybe it's possible, but it's going to be difficult. And the Indeedee is going to completely cancel out the Electromagnetic Wall damage as well, which is kind of crazy, right? Yeah, man, let's try. Let's go back. Let's do it again. I assume we're probably going to hit multiple Suicunes in this video, right? But this is kind of a test. Okay, now we're playing Altaria, which I got to assume is going to not be a great matchup for us here. Although we do, I mean, we're going second, right? And we have the opportunity to just sort of KO everything. Chingling's not going to be an issue for us, so maybe that's a benefit. But, I mean, we still, like, the issue with Leafeon, like, Leafeon, I get, is definitely going to be good for, like, Absol and the Dark-type matchups that are weak to Grass. But, like, Leafeon's not even going to be able to, like, 2-hit KO an Altaria. With Indeedee and stuff, so that's going to be tough, right? But, we can just sort of immediately go Jolteon and then put some pressure here, right? But, I mean, that's just going to be tough. That's just going to be a tough sell. I don't know. I'm curious to see how that works. Do we lead Leafeon here? There's no way, right? There's no way we actually just, like, go into Leafeon immediately. So, we'll boosted evolution to Jolteon, attach, and I think I'm just going to cape the active here right now. And then if we need to EV bag next turn, we'll just do that. But I also feel like Altaria is probably not a matchup this deck is very well built for. I'll be honest. It seems very specifically counter meta. Listen, if we upload this video and I lose every single game, I mean, what do you want from me? You know what I mean? Our opponent goes Lycia Research. Like, we're already 5 cards behind on card advantage. So, that's an issue. If we had Cyrus in hand, though, this could be cool, right? But he's just going to evolve this. He's going to attach and evolve. I don't see any real way around that. I mean, right? I mean, what? I just don't understand. I love Jolteon. I really, really do. I just don't really see it being that good of a card. Like, enough to contend with a lot of other decks in the metagame. Oh, we do draw the Cyrus, though. Okay, I take it back. Jolteon is crazy. Jolteon's cracked. That's hilarious. This is hilarious. Okay, so I feel like this deck would be really good if we could play just like 5 copies of Cyrus in our deck and only Jolteon. And then it just doesn't, we can just bring up whatever they attach to on the bench. I guess that is a strong aspect. You have to draw your Cyruses, though. If you don't have Cyruses early, like, people are just going to attach to the bench and just get going on you, which is kind of tough. But that's hilarious. I mean, that whole interaction's super funny, right? The turn 1 Jolteon, turn 2 Cyrus going second. I mean, that's pretty funny. That was pretty funny. He's just going to go into Swablu. He's going to try to put me asleep, which is hilarious. I would too, because, you know, it's not going to work out very well for you. We can't Eevee bag to heal some damage, but he's placed second Lissia. Doesn't pull anything else out of the deck, because I assume he just has Indeedee at this point. So let's see if he gets us with a sleep. If not, he's going to concede. So it's going to come down to this coin flip, I guess. Okay, RIP to him. Let's go. Let's go, Jolteon. Let's go. Hey, okay. I'm seeing the vision slightly. Okay, I'm understanding it. I understand it now. All right, I'm lethal shooter. Now I understand it. No, I think it's interesting. I mean, I think importantly we illustrated what it's like to just play Suicune in the head-to-head, and like how even if your deck is kind of specifically built to beat it, like it's gonna just be so hard. Like Suicune is just ridiculous in the sense that like we're still 2-hit KOing it. They're drawing through their entire deck. They have Water Shuriken. They have Greninja EX. Like it's gonna be really difficult. I guess there's a world in that Suicune matchup where maybe they just don't go turn 2 Rare Candy Greninja. Like I understand maybe that's the case, but I can't imagine this deck having a tremendous win rate into Suicune. I would have to see from the results of today's tournament, because again, like, you know, 5 of the top French players today are playing this deck at a tournament, so I'm really curious to see. I guess maybe they have the opportunity, but we're going first into Blaziken now, and again, this has to also be the same type of. Are we going first or second? I forgot. We're going first, so that can't be a good sign, right? But we do get Jolteon, though. Okay, so now we need, this is crazy that we just keep getting boosted evolution Jolteons. What we need here, though, truthfully, is definitely a Giant Cape, or else, like, okay. I stand corrected. Maybe this deck is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. I kind of feel like, I mean, I don't know. Is the Capes that relevant? I feel like you would probably want Cape more also for Hydreigon, right? They're playing, like, Giovanni's and stuff. I feel like I would, in Rocky Helmets. I feel like I want like 2 Capes in the deck, but I understand the space is limited, right? We still aren't going to be able to attack here, yeah. So we're going to really hope that this Mars works, I think. That is, that's the first thing, right? Without Mars, we're just not going to be able to do anything. He's going to peck us, so we have to Eevee bag to heal and Mars him and hope the Mars sticks, which is not a great, you know, it's not a great strategy, I would say. I'm going to just bench the Eevee. I'm going to attach active, I'm going to Mars him, and then I'm going to Eevee bag up back to 160. This way, at least we get an attack off, but none of our other Pokemon are going to be able to live an attack now. Like, maybe, I also feel like Blaziken's probably not a great matchup. He probably just has Rare Candy Blaziken even off this Mars anyway. Let's make sure we heal here. We do have Cyrus, right? We'll go the old Cyrus Goodbyrus if he doesn't go Rare Candy, but he's going to. This is Blaziken. They're going to have turn 2 Rare Candy. Or he's going to research into it. Let's be real. Blaziken sounds difficult. Oh, he doesn't get it. That's brutal. But now what? I mean, now what does this really do for us, I guess, right? Okay, so we're going to Cyrus around this Rocky Helmet for sure. Right. But we're still taking damage, so he either has it next turn or he doesn't, right? Oh, the beginning Bolt Jolteon has some potential here. Or sorry, it's Pin Missile, which is even funnier. So I guess, okay. But, I mean, he either has it next turn or he doesn't. Like, we can't live either way, so. Probably should have just evolved to the Jolteon. But, yeah. I mean, there's nothing we can do against Blaziken, right? Like, he's double Torchic, split energies. It's crazy that he drew the second Torchic, first of all. So, he either has it this turn or he loses. And I guess that's just what this matchup probably comes down to, honestly. Because if he evolves here, the game's over. Because he's just gonna KO, right? But okay, he's got a second research. All right, we Mars him in the back-to-back researches here. Can you imagine if he doesn't have it? There's no way. There's no way he misses it again. That would be crazy. We're not that lucky, trust me. Oh, we are actually. That's crazy. Well, I mean, color me surprised. Color me surprised. I'm glad we held Cyrus. I mean, the Cyrus pressure with the electromagnetic wall is really cool. Truthfully, it is. It's definitely a cool. It's a cool thing. Is he going to concede? I would concede if I was him. Okay. All right. I feel like we're getting lucky, though. Because, like, if those Mega Pokemon get set up, whether it's Altaria or Blaziken, we have zero shot. There's no world where we're consistently beating Blaziken and whatnot. I don't see it. I don't see that being a good thing. But, you know, in tournament meta, like, most of the decks are Hydreigon Absol and then Suicune and Greninja to some degree, right? Like, those are the decks that everybody's playing. We lost the first one. We won a couple in a row here. I mean, I understand. I see where we're going with this deck, and I really do like it. You know, Jolteon boosted evolution EV double Cyrus is really cool. Like, it opens up a lot of potentials to be super aggressive in the early game. Obviously, better going second than first. And we are going second. Now this is okay. So now this is going to be into Decidueye, which could be broken going second. Could be kind of broken. But I also don't know if I love it still. I gotta be honest. I don't know if I really see it. We are leading EVEX, which is definitely unfortunate, right? Because we would rather have boosted evolution and just go Jolteon right off the rip, or Leafeon too, so we could have just attacked on turn 2. He's gonna copycat us, so obviously doesn't have what he needs in his hand currently. I mean, yeah, it's, you know, I mean, let's see where this goes, I guess. The Pin Missile Jolteon could do it, actually. I don't even want a copycat, so I'm just gonna bite him. Decidueye, these are all bad matchups, right? These can't be good matchups for us. There's no way, like, Decidueye is a good matchup for Jolteon. That's probably one of the worst matchups you could think of, right? If he goes Dartrix, he loses. But if he goes Rare Candy Decidueye, he just wins. I don't think we can ever win the game if he does. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's Baby Decidueye. Interesting. I think we still get absolutely smoked, though. I don't think we can... I think he's just going to 2-hit KO us. He's going to do 70-70. So what we need here is Cape, I guess, or Eevee Bag. Oh, he can't attack. He can't attack. Crazy. I think Jolteon's still the correct play here. And now we copycat. It's got to be the case. So now we're going to hit for 80, and then if he doesn't have a healing card in hand, which he probably will... Okay, maybe I stand corrected. I keep doubting this deck, but it's actually kind of broken. The issue is that we can't bench anything because he's just going to attack it, right? And not that we have a basic Pokemon to bench, but yeah. So, okay. So now if he attaches, he takes 20 more damage. Even if he like Erika's and Leaf Capes, I'm pretty sure with the attachment, we still KO at 80, right? Which is pretty cool. Maybe Lily. So I think he needs Lily because we don't have Eevee Bag. Red is not going to work. Okay, no. Okay, he just doesn't have healing, I guess. And there's the Rowlet. Is he going to attach to it? That's a sketchy play from him. All right, we need Cyrus. We definitely need Cyrus now. We can Mars him too, which would be an interesting play. Wait a minute. Okay, so we want to bench this, but it's not in the active, so we can't evolve it. So I think what we do here is just Mars. We're at full HP as well. Keep in mind. And now we got to get lucky off this Mars. Mars, we're asking a lot of Mars in this video. But we get out of here unscathed. I mean, Jolteon is kind of better than I thought it was. I don't know. Is this Jolteon's final form this season? Is this potentially the rise of Jolteon? I feel like we've just been winning games solely with Jolteon. I don't think Leafeon's done anything. I think we would rather just have Jolteon most of the time. Maybe Jolteon is just broken. I don't know. I mean, I feel weird about it. It's a very simple deck, but I mean, Jolteon has just been putting in enough work to kind of just win these games. I feel like we're getting lucky, though. Are we not? We have to be just getting lucky in this video, because this is kind of crazy. Not thanking our opponent is great manners from us. What do you guys think? Okay, let's do, I guess, just like one more game. We're on a little 3 streak. These are the only 4 games I've ever played with this deck. So I literally was like, oh, I'm just going to make a video on this. We're playing the same opponent, by the way, which we love in ranked. We love out of the thousands of people playing ranked, they queue us up against the exact same person twice in a row. I mean, he knows what I'm playing. He knows what's going on here. We are going second again, which is very important in this Decidueye matchup. Do we get boosted evolution? We do. Okay. So we want Jolteon. We want Jolteon EX. So, depending on how many cards he ends his hand with, I'd probably just copycat off the rip. He's going to copycat me off the rip. This is such a funny... What a weird video this is. I'm happy to make a video like this, though. Something like this, and this is typically what happens in metagames if they go long enough, is that things just sort of randomly kind of come up in weird ways. That you get surprised. Okay, so I think we still... Oh, he only has 3 cards in hand. So I guess I'm just going to research, because if I have to go LEAFEON here, I will. But I would rather have Jolteon. Okay, no Jolteon is tough. Yeah, we have to, right? We're going second. So LEAFEON EX is the play. This is tough, because now we're not getting that valuable chip damage. And if he goes Rare Candy next turn, that's obviously not super ideal. But we have Eevee Bag. Maybe we can draw into like a red or something. I don't know. I guess the cool thing about LEAFEON is it does allow you to set up your second Pokemon a little bit more consistently, which is pretty cool. He's probably like, why? This guy's playing LEAFEON in his deck? Yeah, bro, this is the new sauce. We just win. Or no, we don't. Sorry. Well, that's my bad. I was like, oh, we just win the game. We actually still have the opportunity to, but we just got to get a little lucky. So we can actually, so what we can do here is like Eevee Bag preemptively, probably for the damage, just on the high roll off chance that we draw the second Eevee Bag here. I'm not going to attach. We're going to Force Breath and then Copycat. And we're going to draw second Eevee Bag and just KO for game, right? That's got to be the play. All right. All right. We did do it. Now I'm afraid to bench anything here though, but I guess we still bench and attach just in case, like, because even if he goes like Baby Decidueye here, it's funny though that we did with the second Eevee Bag. If we drew it, it would have been cool. That would have been a cool play, but I think we gave ourselves the ability to win that turn, so I think that's what's important. But we're gonna get 2 KO'd regardless, but you know, we can Mars him next turn if need be. There's no way he whiffs it again. When I'm playing Suicune into Decidueye, that's crazy. When I play Suicune into Decidueye, they get so lucky every game. So maybe the luck is on our side playing this Evolution deck. I don't know what's exactly going on, but I'm having fun regardless. Definitely having a fun time here. So, hey. Is the deck good? I don't know. But I mean, my experience here on this little 4 streak is that we're kind of cruising. I don't know. It's consistent. It's very consistent. Going second definitely feels way better than going first. Let's play one more game. Maybe we just pop off 5 in a row, and that's the video today. Who knows? But again, shout out to the players here. I don't know who created this deck list originally. Okay, I'll say that just right off the bat. But all I know is that checking in on today's Imperium's tournament, 3 players from the Imp faction, and then Narumi Froggy X and Aurora Woozy were all playing this deck list, which is pretty cool. I think some of them might be playing Beginning Bolt Jolteon instead of the Pin Missile one. Yeah. Is this the same player? Get out of here. If this is also Yuki again, I didn't pay attention. There's no way we hit the same player. There's no way. I refuse to believe that. We played the same player again, okay, but we're going first this time, which, is obviously a different scenario. How the same player 3 times? Something's wrong with ranked. Something is seriously wrong with ranked. I don't believe that this is correct. I'm gonna keep the Mars in hand. Early Mars is typically good in this matchup. We also have Cyrus. So this is nuts. Has this happened to anyone else ever? I want to know. I really do want to know, because what are the odds? I know we just queued up back-to-back games like immediately, but to hit the same player, I guess we're maybe a high enough rank to where the game is like sort of doing that on purpose. He's just going to target the Eevee. Hopefully we draw an evolution here. We just evolve. And we're just going to Mars him and hope the Mars sticks, right? It's got to be the only correct play here. I know it's only a -1 card there on the Mars, but I mean, it's our best option, right? So all we need is him to not have Rare Candy in a Decidueye, right? If he has Dartrix, it's fine. Okay, research. Okay, it's about time that Yuki got a W on us. I'll be 100% honest. I kind of want them to win. Okay, so he Dartrixes the bench and attaches. But here's the thing, I have Cyrus in hand. There's no way. There's no way. This player is the most unlucky Decidueye player I've ever seen in my entire life. I say that confidently. We definitely just go for the Dartrix now. And we just KO. Yeah, there's no way, dude. This player is getting so unlucky. He's losing 3 games in a row to Jolteon. That doesn't seem right. That can't be the case. I mean, he went second, got double Rowlet out this game. So, like, if he loses, like, that is maybe more of a testament to our deck than him being unlucky. But Leaf Cape comes down now. Do we see... Does he top deck the rare candy? Because he obviously didn't have it last game. He's going to copycat my 2-card hand. Brutal. Brutal for this guy right here. Or girl, I don't know. Wow. We're just bullying this player. That's crazy, dude. That is absolutely insanity. We just went 5-0 on this. We just went 5 streak with this deck list. Is this the truth? Is this Paul Pierce the truth, this deck list? I don't know what's going on. But they might have been cooking over there in France. All those players that were playing this deck. Shout out to these people because I love this. This is probably an outlier sample size. I honestly just want to play one more and see if we lose. Because a lot of those games have not been that close, right? The only close game we played was the one we lost into Suicune. So maybe this is a deck that just, I guess, is randomly good into everything other than Suicune. I can't imagine this as a winning matchup into Suicune because Suicune's broken. But we'll play just one more game and just see if whatever happens here. Because, like, there's no way we go 6 in a row here with Jolteon, LEAFEON. Maybe Jolteon's just broken. Maybe Jolteon is just broken. I don't know. You would have thought, right, that eventually... okay, we are going first and leading off with EX. So this is the opportunity, right, for us to just not go nuts on our opponent, right? You got to imagine. And our opponent leads off with 3 basics. Suicune lead, going second. Yeah, Indeedee, Grenade. Okay, so, okay. I'm seeing a trend here. I'm seeing a trend that, you know, we definitely got pretty lucky the last few games, but there's absolutely no chance in the world that this deck has a consistent winning matchup into Suicune. I refuse to believe it, Quincy. I can't believe that. Because Suicune is just so broken. Like, you know what I mean? He's gonna just draw through his entire deck. And yes, we can Mars him, but I mean, the chances that he goes turn 2 Rare Candy Greninja are so high. They're so high that I just can't imagine that doesn't happen. But we also have Pokemon on the bench here. We have to just go Jolteon EX. I know we have Pin Missile here, but we got to just do this. We can't Mars him. Marsing doesn't do anything, so we could have all the other Eevee on the bench into Jolteon. Why not, right? Well, I guess maybe we want LEAFEON for if we have the energies. Is that a misplay? I am probably just going to evolve this right off the bat. I'm just going to do it. In case, like, something random happens. But, yeah. I just don't see a world where any deck like this can consistently beat Suicune. He's also going to hit me for 80 damage, right? Which is going to 2-hit KO, which is hilarious. Right? Because we did bench. We probably shouldn't have benched. Maybe that's the play in this matchup, but we did that last game. It still didn't work out for us. Because he's just going to Indeedee heal up the legendary, you know, the damage here, and he's going to 2-hit KO. So unless we just, like, have Cape, then we're not living next turn, right? Cyrus doesn't help us here, right? So, yeah, okay. This has to be the case, right? This has to just be what's going on. I guess we can Eevee bag just to deal extra damage here. But this is never going to work out because we went first, right? So, like, he just 2-hit KOs us before we can 2-hit KO. I guess what we probably should have done is not benched anything, and then he would have only hit us for 60 there, and then we could have Eevee bagged and lived 2 attacks, but yeah, I don't really feel very confident in that whole thing here. I guess we can just play this now in case he, like, goes Irida. Not that it really matters, but that's got to be the way to go here, right? I think we probably made a mistake by benching the Jolteon. If we were going second, maybe it wouldn't have mattered, but we just never have enough energies. Because, like, he's just going to attack us, and then we're going to have to just take another attack with Suicune, which is obviously not ideal, right? Okay, here comes the research. We can potentially stall for a turn if he doesn't go Rare Candy this turn, which he, you know, probably will. Okay. Well, we're going to want to Mars him next turn, right? There is a world where we can win this off of Mars. No, he's just going to go Rare Candy Greninja, and it's Greninja EX, so we just lose. So the game's over because it's Greninja EX, right? And maybe if we went second, we would have had a chance here, but he would have just gone into Greninja, and then the game would have been over. So, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't have benched anything, but if we don't bench anything there, he still ends up KOing, though. right? Because we have to bench the second turn, so he's going to hit for 60 and then also hit for 80. So it's probably just likely that that's what happens, right? But we can Mars him. Not that it's going to matter because, you know, he's got Greninja down. So, okay. So, again, this is not a deck I played a lot. But yeah, I think you can't bench anything into the Suicune lead, especially going first. Like, going first, I don't see how you ever win this game. I really don't. And we don't really play any healing other than Eevee Bag, right? So, because like he's just gonna hit us twice. We literally can't win here. So it's an interesting deck list. I think sometimes in a Suicune maybe you have the opportunity, but I think you really have to just like lead Jolteon, not bench anything, and go second to ever have an opportunity. You know, because we're behind 2 card advantage here, even after Marsing him to 1, like on turn 3. You know what I mean? And if they go second, they're just going to go back-to-back attackers, and I just don't think you ever really win that game. So, yeah, that's kind of just how I feel about it. And he still, like, he doesn't, because he has Greninja EX, he was able to retreat for free, right? Which is brutal. But yeah. Okay. Maybe the game would have been different if we hadn't benched the Jolteon in the beginning, but I think we realized that pretty early on, right? So it is what it is. I don't know. I still don't like this deck into Suicune. And I get like maybe Jolteon going second can just win. Maybe if you draw like Cyrus's or whatever, but if they just go like early Greninja EX, or not even, but if they just go like early Greninja Rare Candy, like I don't really know if it's possible. You know what I mean? Because like in a scenario where we didn't bench Jolteon, we would have just lived like this attack. Like we would have just been able to live this attack and then probably, I guess, maybe Cyrus for game, right? But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'll be honest. But anyway, that's the video. All right, that's the deck list. It's a cool deck. I definitely kind of understand now how I'm maybe more so supposed to play Suicune. But again, that's what we did game 1 and we lost anyway. Right? We didn't bench anything and we went second and we still lost, I think, against Suicune. But all right, we'll do one more game. Do we want one more game? Let's do one more game. Why not? I like the gameplay videos to be a bit longer. But this is going to be the last game here regardless. Hopefully it's against... We've played this player, right? This is not who we just played? Or was this the... I don't forget. We've played this player, though. We just played them like either the last game or the game before. So I don't know really what's going on. But yeah. Going second this game. We'll see how this goes. And yeah, it's the same exact player, right? But look at this. We do get the Jolteon. So, I mean... All right, we'll try it this time, and he leads Froakie too. We'll try it out this time here, and we'll see how it goes. We have the redemption arc ready. We're ready to redeem. Never mind. We're gonna get turn 1 Mars. Why? Why would he do that? Jolteon EX, please. Okay. All right. So we probably lost. Coincidentally. Probably lost the game. So they're getting Marsed and double Cyrus here. We can Pokeball, but I won't probably bench anything. Yeah, I mean that's tough, right? What kind of a Mars was that? We're not even streaming. Are we getting stream snipes? That's crazy. Yeah, brutal. Boosted Evolution Eevee with no Evolution, and we're playing 5 of them in our deck list. So suffice to say and he's gonna go Rare Candy turn 2 Rare Candy Greninja. Is this Water Shuriken? It's not. It's Greninja EX. We're cooked. The game's over. Yeah. Dude, the turn 1 Mars was nasty though. It was. It was something else entirely. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that in my life. We do have LEAFEON. We do have LEAFEON. We would have liked it the turn prior. What I love most about LEAFEON though is that we're not 2-hit KOing, right? That's my favorite thing about it. It's that we have to attack this thing like 4 times. Because if he Iridas, then he literally lives so many attacks. I will just bench the Eevee now though. What a world we live in here. We do have 160 HP, which is a lot, but in the face of Greninja EX, it just doesn't matter. So we get the first attack off, but like I said, it's just, unless we draw into like another Jolteon or something, or another EX attacker, we're just not going to be able to really do anything here. I guess that is our win condition at this point, right? Is to just draw into a Jolteon EX. That's not a Jolteon EX, sadly. unfortunately. EVEX cannot do the job here. We just need anything, actually. We really just need any... We have, what, 4 more evolution Pokemon in our deck? Here comes the second Froakie. We can't Mars him here, but, I mean, we have Copycat and double Research and 4 evolutions in our deck, so you would hope that we draw any of those cards. But knowing us, we're probably going to draw into, like, another Eevee or Eevee Bag or Red. Or Red would actually do the job here, actually. Okay. Ask and you shall receive. I don't think this is going to do it, honestly. The one game where we maybe had the opportunity to win is the one game where we don't get Jolteons. We're going to draw into Pin Missile and then 1 at KO for game, right? He can't KO, even if he goes... Well, no, he could have second Greninja EX and then we lose, right? But maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't have any of that. Maybe he doesn't have Rare Candy. He just has second Rare Candy, I guess. And second Greninja EX. What? What was that? Hello? I'm telling you, the Suicune plot armor is insatiable. There's no way. There's no way. All right. Listen, we beat every other deck in this video, but we did go 0-3 against Suicune, okay? So, again, confidently, I will say that this is not a deck I feel very confident into Suicune about, okay? And maybe that was kind of the whole point of this video initially, but I think we proved one thing, is that this is a good deck, but Suicune Greninja is the best deck, and I just don't... That's crazy, though, that he had double Rare Candy, double Greninja EX with like 11 cards in his deck. That's crazy though. That's very lucky from our opponent. I mean, it's ranked, I guess. We still went positive. I mean, we hit a little 4 streak there. Yeah, I mean, there it is, guys. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Interesting deck. Interesting deck. Suicune matchup, suspect, okay? Right off the bat. Certainly very, very suspect. I like the deck, but I don't feel very confident about it into Suicune. So anyway, that's the video today. We did a little bit of discovery, had a little bit of fun. Anyway, I just wanted a video to record. So this is the video for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Definitely go use the link down below to register for our Limitless Pocket Tournament on Saturday at noontime. Gonna be a lot of fun. I think one of the last tournaments, if not the last tournament before... I think we have 2 more tournaments actually before the mini set comes out. But anyway... Go check it out. Go and play. It's going to be a great time. Yeah, there you go. Shout out. Let me know what you guys think of the deck. It's cool. It's definitely cool. But Suicune is Suicune, bro. I mean, I'm telling you. Suicune is just another beast. A completely different animal. Okay. All right. Let's get out of here. Peace out. Have a good one. See you guys later. Bye.